increasingly a satirical attitude, and I think also amongst younger people as well. I think if you talk to many Gen Z young people, you might assume that they would be woke or they might be dogmatically left wing, but to be woke now is considered uncool. It's not cool to be woke anymore. A few years ago, it was sort of, a few years ago, wokeness was seen as a bit cool and edgy, but now it's seen as very puritanical and just a bit lame. And many Gen Z people think that they associate being woke with like sort of boring millennials telling you what to think and what to do. So I do think amongst many younger people, wokeness is now seen as very uncool, and I think that's increasingly being reflected in culture as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the idea that the election of Trump has created a kind of free space where we can suddenly, no more wokeism. Maybe, but I'm just going to go back to my favorite magazine, which is the Hollywood Reporter. So, and 2 days ago, they published these kind of reactions of European film festivals and filmmakers, on the election, and they went mental. The CEO of the European Film Agenda, and so just went, "Oh, if you compare the rest of the world, Europe is still a place where democracy, human rights, and freedom of speech are highly valued. We're going to just fight it. We will rise again." And so they're just commissioning films. The Swedish Göteborg Film Festival. So there's all these quotes of all these film festival people. They just went, they've got total conniptions and just say, no, we're going to just promote films about diversity and environmentalism and, trans people. We will show those Americans. So, find...
Unless they go bankrupt.
Basically, you can see how the European film industry is bankrupting itself. Young people are not watching this. Nobody's watching this crap. And they will deliberately choose these very good or god-awful films. European film used to be innovative, edgy, was to be famous for its kind of, new way of thinking, transgressive, it was experimental. And now it's just a kind of last stalwart of this kind of backwards thinking that's not very cool anymore, right? On the other hand, I think, woke has been called dead, long live woke. I don't think it will go away until we address the kind of underlying philosophy, this kind of anti-Western, anti-Enlightenment philosophy that made it possible in the first place. So it will still prevail unless we tackle these kind of fundamental underlying issues underneath.
This is one element, but also I had this reflection that there is element as well that it's a kind of financial niche. So in a sense, there is kind of like overproduction of people with university degrees. They're not excelling at anything particularly. They cannot be artists. They're not good at writing to be critics, because that's usually what happens with failed artists. So then they want to manage other people and manage their opinion and their production. And then looking at these salaries, it's outrageous. So, and also knowing that in general, with very chaotic world at the moment, a lot of these financial structures that sustain these salaries, this is not there anymore. They almost like running like like a cartoon character where there is nothing underneath their feet anymore, and they still want to keep running. So I think there's an element of that.